children. How are you? All are fine, I hope. I am also fine. You should stay in your home. You concentration on our lessons, online classes. Today, I want to discuss 7th class lesson number 2, rain and rivers. What is our lesson name? Rain and rivers. Look at the here first picture. Rain. When rain falls down, it is some water and some subheated and evaporation and formation of clouds and precipitation and humidity, rainfall and rain gauge. This is explaining about the rains, subheat and evaporation, formation of clouds, participation, humidity, rainfall. Rivers. It is formation as streams and tributaries and canals and seas. Finally, rivers, it is mixed with the sea. It is Bay of Bengal. Coming to second picture, rainfall of Andhra Pradesh. In our Andhra Pradesh, June, advantage of southwest monsoons, and May to October, cyclones from the Bay of Bengal, and October to December, northeast monsoon or return monsoon. What is the second name? Northeast monsoon or return monsoon. And October to December, heavy rains on coastal Andhra Pradesh, especially moderate rainfall in Rayalaseema district. Coming to this picture, it is explaining the rivers. Name of the river here Budameru. What is the sources of the river? Rain water only. It is joined in the Krishna river and finally it is mixed with the Bay of Bengal. And Godavari, it is started from Western Ghat, and Krishna river also it is started from the Western Ghat. It is mixing in the tributaries and after that mixed in the Bay of Bengal. And the Penna river, it is started from Nandi Durga hills. It is also mixed with the Bay of Bengal. Tunga and Bhadra, these two rivers, it is started in Varaha hills. It is joined in the Krishna river and after it is mixed with the Bay of Bengal. Coming to our lesson, look at this picture. One boy is standing and one earth also there. Water, nearly 71% of the earth surface is covered with water. Drinking water gets rain and June and July. And sun, clouds and rainfall. After the unbearable heat of April, May and June comes the rainy season. What causes the rain is? Where do the rain bearing clouds come from? Evaporation. Coming to evaporation, the needs to take bath to hot water. Vapor became water drops and struck to the lid of the dish. The water evaporates and later it becomes condensation into the water by cooling. Rain begins with water vapor. Wet clothes, after some hours, clothes dry. Water in a plates and a couple of days. Water in a plate, couple of days. Water in the cloth in the plate became water vapor and mixed with the air through the process called evaporation. There are several water bodies on earth's surface like oceans, rivers, lakes and wet cloth from the bodies and trees and plants and soils also. And formation of clouds and rain. How to formation of the cloud? When water vapor rises with hot air and reaches the high up in the sky, it gets cooled. With the cooling, water vapor is transformed into tiny water droplets. These droplets gather around minute dust or smoke particles in the air and gradually increase in size. These small drops of water gather from the clouds. So they began to fall as raindrops. Some important terms chart. Evaporation, Evaporation, the process of turning from liquid into vapor, change of water into vapor is known as evaporation. Water cycle, the continuous movement of water on above the below the sun surface of the earth. The process of water evaporation from the sea, from the clouds in the sky, coming down as rain, flowing down slope and land in the form of rivers, and finally join the sea is called water cycle. Precipitation, different forms of condensation of water vapor is known as precipitation. Example, in the form of dew, in the form of fog, rain and snow, hail. Humidity, the amount of invisible water vapor present in the atmosphere is known as the humidity. When the temperature and humidity are high, we feel uncomfortable. We perspire and the sweet sweat does not vapor quickly. We feel stickily and such weather is called sultry. Winds and clouds. Since evaporation takes place all over the earth's surface, clouds are also being formed all over. However, it is on the surface of the oceans that maximum evaporation and clouds formation takes place. After all, the oceans are vast water bodies extending up to thousands of kilometers. As a result, it also rains very heavily on the oceans. Clouds also travel inland for thousands of kilometers to bring rain to us. These winds come all this way from the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal, and they transfer the rain clouds. They are all called monsoon winds. They are also called southwest monsoon winds as they blow from the directions. These winds blow only in the summer time. There are two arms of the monsoon winds. First one is one blow from the Arabian Sea, another one Bay of Bengal. The arrows in the map, it shows as the direction of winds. Rainfall in Andhra Pradesh. Rainfall in Andhra Pradesh, when the southwest monsoon set around the beginning of June, and the winds carrying the clouds also reach Andhra Pradesh. These winds reach Rayalaseema districts of Chittoor and Kurnool district first. The western Ghats and only dry clouds and winds reach Rayalaseema. The mountain range like the western Ghats in the path of rain bearing winds cause them to rise. Rising air cools down and water vapor condensation faster. This type of rainfall is common in the mountains regions. The southwest monsoon, however, brings much rain to the Telangana district as the winds again rise over the eastern Ghats. In the month of May to October, cyclones from in the Bay of Bengal causing wind spread rain in the coastal Andhra Pradesh inland. Rain caused by whirling storms is called cyclonic rain. The center of the cyclonic storm move fast with the wind and hit the coastal area, causing heavy rains and winds. The directions of winds recovers after October as the winds begin to blow from the Bay of Bengal southwestwards. This caused heavy rains in October and December months in the coastal Andhra Pradesh. AP moderate rains in Rayalaseema and Telangana districts. This is called northeast monsoon or return monsoon. Rain gauge. How to make a rain gauge? Look at these pictures. Take one bottle. You should cut the two parts and you should keep on the rainy time. You should measure the water it is called rain gauge. How much rain fall on the ground, we should measure this with help of the rain gauge. Flow of rivers. Coming to flow of rivers, some of it percolate in the soil, some water flow on the surface of the land, and the rest became water vapor and mix with the air. Coming to rivers, rainwater flowing in small streams from the mountain slope during the rainy season. Water cuts canals on the mountains. Rain gauge, rain again water flow down the same canals. In this way, river curves and rivers valleys are formed, showing picture 2 and 3. Transformation of a stream into a broad river. How to become as a one river? It is a broad river. A river usually in the form of this stream. As it flows further, it gets bigger and broader. This happens because many small streams join it as a stream flows. Rivers or streams which join a large rivers are called tributaries. As the rivers become a bigger and broader, its flow gets slower. The starts depositing the silt and sand it has carried on its bed and bank. This causes the formation of plains. When flood waters come again, they have to cut through new canals and reach the sea. Thus, towards the end of the January to this journey to sea, a river forms of the delta. In our state, we have two main deltas are there. One is Krishna delta and another one is Godavari delta. Rivers like Krishna and Godavari start from the western Ghats, which receives heavy rains. Many rivers which start from the dry region, Rayalaseema, like the Penna, are fed by the scanty rain. Other which starts in the eastern Ghats receives only moderate rains and the water flows rapidly into the sea. That is why they go to dry during the non-rainy season. This is the rain, lesson number 2, rain and rivers. This is the first part completed, and these charts remember and try to get Krishna and Godavari, our two rivers, it is main rivers in Andhra Pradesh. Next lesson we will talking about the rivers of Andhra Pradesh showing to the floods and plains.